Vanakkam. This happened about 20 years back. My daughter was a toddler. I've employed a girl in my house to take care of my daughter while I was at work. And this girl had this goblin attitude. She was never fond of work and she was always unapologetic about it. So one day I decided to have a chat with her. Was she not interested in doing this work? She said she was not. She would rather study, she said. So I asked her, what have you studied till now? She said she has passed her 10th standard and her mom did not let her go to +1, +2. I asked for her mark sheets. She had scored 72 marks in social science. I was happy and at the same time sad. Happy because she studied so well. Sad because her mom or her family circumstances did not let her complete her studies. So then I decided to help her. I inquired with a Tamil scholar, a friend of mine, who was at that time heading the Department of Distant Education in Madras University, Professor Dr. Aranga Ramalingam. And he advised me that she can write +2 exams directly without going to the school. So I did everything that was required, paid the fees, purchased her books, went to her school to collect her TC. I did all of that and I told that girl that every day when you go home, you should study at least for 1 hour. I was so happy in my mind that I was helping somebody. But guess what? Next week, she stopped coming to work. I was searching for her everywhere. And one day, I met up with her and her mom in the street. I was so emotionally choked. So I should have raised my voice. I asked her, how could you stop coming to work? Especially when I've done so much to make you continue your studies. And in a very nonchalant way, her mom replied that it's because of you. You made her study and she was feeling very tired every day. So I stopped her from coming to your house. Now she is employed in some other house. They are paying her more and guess what? They are not asking her to study. So I was kind of devastated. Does this happen to everybody? When we try to help somebody, is this what we get back in return? I was lamenting with this question and I went back to Dr. Aranga Ramalingam, a Tamil scholar, and he reminded me of this Thirukkural. Udhavi Varaiththandru Udhavi. Udhavi Seyappattaar, Saalbin Varaiththu. The help that you have done to someone, how do you measure it? You don't measure it by the money that you have spent or the efforts that you have put in. It is measured by the merits derived by the person who is the recipient. So what's your role? Your job is to continue to help others. We are all privileged because we have been born in families that understand the value of education. But there are hundreds of others who still do not know the value of education. So you have to continue to help. Your help is always measured by how the recipient has embellished this. This Thirukkural is also referenced by Kambar in his Kamba Ramayana. He is talking about Vamana avatar. Vamana, who is a dwarf, just walks in and asks the great king Mahabali just for 3 footsteps of land. Mahabali said, it is granted. As soon as the wish was granted, the dwarf started growing in size. He was growing beyond the cosmos. He measured 1 foot for the earth. He measured the 2nd foot for the heaven. And for the 3rd foot, there was no space. So he placed it on the great king Mahabali's head. While referencing this, Kambar uses this Thirukkural. Like the help that you have done for somebody who is deserving, your help can grow. It was just 3 foot of land, but it embellished itself into the infinity of the cosmos. Likewise, never measure the help that you are doing with the effort that you put in. Measure it by how the recipient has been able to expand it. I also learned from Sudha Murthy, wife of Narayana Murthy of Infosys, who taught me that if you're helping somebody, don't pay the entire money yourself. Make them pay at least a small part of it so that they will never stop using that help. So 2 big lessons I learned from Thiruvalluvar and Sudha Narayana Murthy. For more such thoughts on Thirukkural, follow me on Thirukkural with the Times every Saturday with the Times of India.